Alright, hello. If you haven't already, go ahead and open up to your table of contents, Unit 4. Today we're going to do 4.2, and we're going to be talking about histograms. This will be on page 24. So you can go ahead and pause this video right now to fill that in. I'm going to turn to page 24 right now. We have our title, 4.2, histograms, and today's date, which is March 6, 2018. The sheet that you got in with 4.2 on the top, go ahead and glue it in right now. You need to pause the video right now to fill this in. I'm going to go to the back because we have two other pages that are vocabulary. This is going to be part of our glossary. So we're going to turn all the way to the back. This is the last thing that we talked about, vocabulary unit 3. You're going to flip the page one more time, and we have vocabulary unit 4. Start with the one that says senses on the right. On the left-hand side, again, we have vocabulary unit 4 with grouped frequency table on the left-hand side. So go ahead and pause it and set up your notebook right now. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. So today we're going to be talking about histograms, information about histograms, things that we need to know about histograms. So they look a lot like bar graphs. You have seen bar graphs before, especially in science. And histograms are bar graphs. They look very similar. But in histograms, our bars can be touching, so you choose if you want your bars to touch or if you want your bars spaced out. So they could be touching, they could be spaced out. And what I mean by that is, so we're going to have our plot here. They could be touching like that, up to you, or they could be spaced out. So they wouldn't be touching in this case. You leave some space in between them. You choose which one you prefer. We also have, so we're going to use, so when you create a histogram, you're going to use 2 or more colors to fill in the bars. Okay? You can leave one white, you can leave one gray if you have a pencil, or you can use your highlighters to color in your histogram, up to you. And then we want to make sure that we label your axis. And you'll see later what I mean by that, by labeling. But I'll do a little example here. So on the left-hand side, going up and down, these will always be our frequencies. So the amount of time that something occurs. And then the one going side to side, this is the event. So whatever it is that you're asking, so for example, yesterday we talked about months. My months are going to go here, and the number of people per month are going to go up and down. So, and then we always want to title your histogram. So I already started a histogram down here for you guys. Notice that I wrote down the title of it, what is your birthday month? So when you do your homework, your question will be your title. On the side, from the left to right, we're going to label it frequency. And on the bottom, the event, we were talking about months. So on the bottom, it's going to be months. And you want to leave some space down here because we're going to put in the months down here as well. So we're going to do, this side will be January, and I'm going to abbreviate because we don't have that much space. Let me zoom in for you. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. So we're going to use the information that we did yesterday in class, the frequency table that we created, to create our histogram. And so going up is the frequency, the highest number that we got. So I'm going to turn the page and look at our frequency table from yesterday. Let me zoom out a little bit. The highest frequency on our table was 4. So I don't even have to go past 4 on my frequency. That's as high as I need to go. So looking back on this, this could be a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all I need on my side because the maximum amount of frequencies was 4. That's the biggest number on my frequency side. So that's as high as I need to go. So on my frequency, now I'm going to go ahead and do my bars. So we're going to look at January, and January had 2 people. So I'm going to go all the way up to 2 people and color that in blue. We're going to move on to, I'll keep this inside, February. February had 1 person, so that means on my frequency table, I'm just going to do up to 1, just 1 person. I'm going to go to March now. March had 4, so I'm going to go all the way up to 4 in March. And remember, you're using 2 colors or more to create your histogram. So you could do this one, if you only have a pencil, you could do this one gray, that one blank, that one gray, or you could use your highlighter. April had 2, so I'm going to go all the way up to April, to 2 on April. Color that in. May had 3, so I'm going to go up to 3 in May. June also had 3. So they're going to be the same height. July had 2. So I'm going to go up to 2 in July. August had 1. Oh, and then September didn't have anything. August had 1. Fill that in. September didn't have anything. As you guys saw on the graph, it doesn't have anything. So we're just not going to do anything for September. We're not going to write a bar for it. And we're moving on to October. October had 4. And then this one would be blue. That one would be pink. So I'm going to make that one pink. And it was, sorry, I forgot how many? 4. So October had 4, so I'm going to go all the way up to 4 in October. November had 1. And the very last one is December. December is 3. And our histogram is done. So that's what you're going to be doing today. You're going to take the senses and the frequency table that you created yesterday, that you started in class, and you're going to create your histogram using that. So that's the main goal for today, being able to create a histogram. Before we stop and you go into your homework, we're going to go to the back and fill in our vocabulary. So I'm going to turn to the way back. I'm going to start with senses first on the right hand side. Senses. Let me open up. We have this one's a long one. It's an official count or survey of an entire population simply recording various details of individuals. So that's an example. That's our definition for a census. An example we could do for a census would be the number of people living in Santa Barbara. That could be an example of a census question that we could ask or we could figure out. So that's for census, and then we have our data. That is our second word, and this is pieces of information numbers and facts. So yesterday you guys collected data because you got information from your classmates and you organized it into a frequency table afterwards. So that's what you guys got yesterday. So something that we could put for an example of collecting data would be how many people live in each household. So if you were creating a census of the number of people in LSB, this would be a set of data that you can put into your census to figure out how many people live in each household. We'll tell you how many people live in SB. Our third word is frequency. You guys also worked with frequency yesterday, so this is the number of times an item, number, or event occurs in a set of data. So this is, a frequency is when we were making our tallies. So that would be 3 tallies would represent a frequency of 3, or 5 tallies, that would represent a frequency of 5. Okay, so those are our frequencies. Going on to the left-hand side, don't forget you can pause the video at any time if I'm going too fast. We're going to look at a frequency table. So yesterday, we made one together in class as a class, and you made one individually for homework. So this is an example of a frequency table. And a frequency table, for our definition, is so the organization of raw data in a table form with classes and frequencies. Instead of classes, let's put tallies, since that's what we put here. So an organization of raw data in a table form with tallies, so these are tallies, and frequencies, and these are our frequencies right here. Survey, and then we're just going to do histograms, since today was what we did histogram. This is the last set of notes for yesterday. This one is a method of collecting data. So this is a way that you guys took a survey yesterday in the class to collect data. That's how you collected the data. Histogram is what we did today, and this is the last one for today. We have a way of displaying numerical data using horizontal / / vertical bars. We use vertical bars today, but you might see it horizontally. Horizontally is going left to right. Bars, so that the height or the length of the bars indicate frequency. Or length of bars indicate frequency. So it's just saying that we're displaying our numerical data using bars, which could be going up and down, which are vertically, and the length of it, the height of this, tells us how much it happens. So this is telling us that the height of a tree between 75 and 80 feet, you would find 10 trees that are between these two heights. So that would be our example of a histogram table. All right, go ahead and take out your homework from yesterday because you're going to need that today to do today's homework, which you should have grabbed on your way in today. And I will see you guys tomorrow.